Hello everybody and welcome to another photography talk. In this time I want to talk to you about the news in the Pentax world. Before we begin, as usual, if you want to support the channel, please put a like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you want to go a step further, check out my website. You can see the link up here and you can find all my books and you can subscribe to my newsletter. It's something that probably once every 2 or 3 months, so it's not spam, and that's a good way to support my channel. Before I enter the matter of the Pentax news, I want just to tell you welcome to my new set, my new office space. Yeah, I've been working on it for the last month and I skipped the video, the usual weekly video. It became 3 weeks without video. So welcome, let me know what you think. And I'm setting up all these so I can work better for the videos. And also I have set up this office space, the studio and the dark room so I can start to do one-to-one workshops in film photography, if you like film photography, or in digital. And this in Italy, and I will come out with some good offers and ideas about this. So stay tuned if you are interested to learn film photography or digital photography in a beautiful place in Italy with one-to-one instructions. Now, finally, the news in the Pentax world. A few days ago, something that shocked the Pentax world was the news that Takeo Suzuki was the head designer for what was the Pentax film project, so the Pentax 17 and so on. On his Instagram account and his TKO Pentax, I think, at TKO Pentax, and is known as TKO, he decided to show the world that he was going to take a pose from Pentax. It doesn't define his I left Pentax or these kind of things, just that he decided to take a pose and dedicate himself to his project, to travel the world, to photography again, and all these kind of things. TKO had become in the face and the voice of the Pentax project. We had all these beautiful videos where they shared what Pentax was cooking and what was doing Pentax for the film project, and the face was always the TKO face, so Takeo Suzuki face. So when this news started to spread on the internet, there were a ton of speculation, and as usual, Pentax is doomed, Pentax is dead, and all these kind of things. I don't know why Pentaxians are the most pessimist fan base for a photographic brand. When this came out, everybody started to speculate about the future of Pentax, and with a lot of pessimism, I have to add. Actually, TKO doesn't say anything in his post that is about the end of the film project or this kind of things. Just simple that he needed some space for his personal project. But to add some complexity to this, Cosmophoto, I think, I don't know if just them, I found the things from Cosmophoto. They shared an answer from Pentax Europe. And something that is kind of strange because they obviously thank very much TKO for the contribution to Pentax. He had a great role in the Pentax 17 and all these kind of things. And Pentax 17 was an important product reintroducing in photography and all these kind of things. But on the business side, film camera plays kind of a very small role on the GR line, and so new film camera, so they are basically taking a pause to understand how is the market, if it's worth to go on with the project and so on. Obviously, all these brought Pentaxian to start to scream that Pentax is dead, Pentax is doomed, Pentax does not exist anymore. So I try to have some insights about all this matter. And what came out is that, first of all, it's quite normal that Pentax is taking a moment to evaluate the film, the Pentax 17 experiment and the film camera experiment. And this is for a reason. The Pentax 17 really sold well. It was a nice project that sold a lot, and there was even some difficulties at the beginning to produce the camera to sell. Now you can find it around and is going on in a good way. But there's another side of this that on the digital world you can put on the market something that is just a quick sale, or better, if you invent a new camera, a lot of brands they just get a digital camera, change something that is it's very easy to change aspect of a digital project. It can be just the firmware in a lot of cases. It can be adding some different tools in the camera or these kind of things, but it can be very easy. You can do some special edition and so on, put on the market, the sale is very quick and it saturates very, very fast. With the film camera, the concept is totally different. You have to go back to the times of film camera. So when you go out with a film camera, yes, at the beginning, there's the enthusiasm, so there's people buying it, but the idea is that you have to evaluate on the long run. The life cycle of a film camera had always been around 10 years. If you and more you were going high on the level of the camera, more the cycle was slow. If you think about Hasselblad, the idea is that the model, the 500, probably stayed on the market for 50, 60 years or something like that. So that is the idea on the film camera. You create a good product and it stays on the market for long. And you have to see not just the sale as the new moment, new camera that comes to the market, so everybody's enthusiastic and they buy it, like it happened with the Pentax 17, but you have to see if the interest is in the long run. You have to remember that the film world right now is kind of expanding, but nobody knows if it's a temporary trend, if just, it's cool at the moment to shoot film, but then people start to shoot digital again and all these kind of things. So the idea that you need some time to evaluate the Pentax 17, that is not something that is out of this world. It doesn't mean that the project sucked and didn't work as they wanted and all these kind of things. So this is the first thing, that first optimism that I want to give you against all this pessimism that I see around, is that a film project requires times. And the idea to evaluate properly, not just the first impact, but also at a year distance and see if there's still interest, if the people that started with film want to go on with film. Remember this, Pentax used the Pentax 17 to introduce something new on the market to attract young people to film photography. The young people that arrive to film photography, they have two options. Try it, think, oh yeah, it was cool, use it on social media for a while and forget everything about film photography and go back to digital, to their smartphone. Or they can get hooked to film photography and go on, and so have this idea to go on and have the desire to have something better, something like a SLR or these kind of things. This is one thing, one aspect. The other aspect on a film project right now is that a new camera has to cost some money. The Pentax 17 has a street price that is around $500. And that is not a very high price. It's a very appropriate price for the camera, but still can be high compared to with $500. I can find something as a Pentax LX on the market. A used Pentax LX still working. So you have to compare this kind of thing. So the idea is an SLR will have a cost that is much higher, obviously, than the Pentax 17. And so in this case, it's important to evaluate how much the people that was converted from digital to film thanks to the 17 they want to go on, and how much they will spend in a better camera. So this is absolutely something that we have to keep in mind. The second thing that made me see all this in a positive way is that Pentax just relocated the headquarters. They went from Tokyo to Yokohama, and so first of all, being an Italian, not used to move all around every moment and these kind of things, I understand also that someone working in a company can have other priorities than to follow the company. Perhaps you don't want to relocate for personal reasons, so this is another thing. And the fact that they are relocated to new headquarters, it means that they don't want to shut down Pentax. If they want to shut down a company, you usually do not relocate, you just shut down the company. And this made me think that actually probably this move by TKO was absolutely personal and having nothing to do with the future of the Pentax project. Another thing that I noticed online is that everybody is so kind of desperate because we had no news from Pentax, and now the news is the TKO is no more in Pentax and all these kind of things. But Pentax was never used to give updates and news every moment. So there's nothing new in this silence by Pentax. Pentax has always been a very Japanese company, and when I say very Japanese, very private and reserved, to the point that I think their marketing system is really lacking a lot of things. But they didn't answer, as they do not answer normally, as they do not announce the new cameras and all these kind of things. The Pentax 17 was an experiment and was absolutely outside the normal attitude of Pentax. The fact that they announced the project and updated us on the project and all these kind of things until the release of the Pentax camera, the Pentax 17, it was something very new for Pentax. But normally, Pentax doesn't have this habit to leak the news and all these kind of things. This is something that is proper of other companies. Is this right? I don't know. I really think that Pentax is right to not do all these tricks that are now common, but I also think that Pentax really need to improve a little the marketing and the communication with its fan base. That for me is something very important. So at this point, Pentax is the end of Pentax. I don't think so. I don't think is the end of the Pentax film project. We will see in the future, but I think there's still hope that the Pentax film project will be going on. By the way, if we look at what Takeo Suzuki working on, it's basically what is the compact side of the Pentax cameras, so the GW and all these kind of cameras. He was not directly involved in all the K1, K3 and all these kind of cameras, at least for what we know outside. So also in this case, if Pentax is moving on also with the film project on something that is a more complex SLR, it can be that for sure they have other people working on it. So this is another aspect that I think is positive. I try to have some inside news for my channels, but there's a lot of silence at the moment. If I will hear something, I will sure tell you what I hear and if there are hopes or not. For now, everybody is waiting for updates, not only on the film cameras, but mostly for the K1 Mark III and other digital cameras. There's a rumor about the K1 Mark III going around, and I try to believe a little this rumor. So this is something that we will see obviously in the near future. But for now, please stop to be pessimist. Why? Pentaxians are the most pessimist people in the world. We had two fantastic years. We had the Pentax K3 monochrome, first of all, and then we had the Pentax 17 on field. Both cameras brought Pentax name back in the vision of people. I mean, I have a lot of people that now are asking me, "Oh, what about Pentax?" And are people that always work with Canon and Nikon that until 2 years ago they had no idea that Pentax still existed in the world. Right now, they know and they are looking for and they are asking about Pentax. They are asking about these cameras. I have a lot of friends that are tired by the electronic viewfinders and they are asking about Pentax because Pentax is a reflex camera. So this is a great moment for Pentax. I don't know if Ricoh will be able to capture this moment and move on and do something great, or they will decide to just cut Pentax and don't worry anymore with cameras. This is something that we will see in the future. But all the signals are very positive. We have seen new products finally. After years with nothing, we have seen new products. We have seen a new spirit, a new idea to start to conquest the market and put the name of Pentax again around. New projects that really were useful to make Pentax known again. And still, every Pentaxian is there crying their ass off because Pentax is dead. I don't think so. I'm very positive about Pentax. Now we will see in this year what comes out. I'm pretty positive and I'm pretty sure that we will have good news in short time. So be positive. And by the way, to Takeo Suzuki, I wish him really to release his dream and go around, do fantastic projects, photographic projects, and again relax outside the world of Pentax. Sometimes working in a big company can be kind of tiring, especially if you are on a big project. That is something that reside on your shoulder. So Takeo, relax and have fun, enjoy your life, enjoy your project, and go on. And Pentaxians, be positive. For you have great cameras right now that you can use and are really great cameras. The digital cameras are fantastic. The K1 just bought one, the video is here, and I love that camera. So quit to complain and start to be positive and start to support the brand instead of going on and sharing this news is if the end of Pentax. And by the way, if you want to sign up to the Pentax that we want Pentax and this we want content with Pentax and we love the projects, the worst way you can do it is to just share all this news with titles like "Is the end of Pentax." Yes, it's a clickbait and works perfectly, but don't do it. Be positive and be happy. Thank you for watching. See you next time. I have some cameras now that I will test and I will do other videos as usual. And I'm back to one video a week probably. So thank you very much for watching and see you next time.